claims that someone else did.
Okay, now, but you did get to get inside and see everything from July 3rd going forward, correct?
Yeah.
When you got in there, you were obviously...
Provided nothing was deleted from that point, exactly.
Exactly. And so when you were doing that, first thing I would have been doing, and probably the first thing you were doing, was looking for communication between Zenaida and Caylee, correct?
Anything that seemed, out of the ordinary suspicious.
Did you see...
Nothing.
There was no communication between Zenaida and Caylee on the MySpace from July 3rd going forward.
I have found nothing that I have found nothing at all from anybody that would lead me for like a Zenaida or anything as it relates to Caylee.
Did
found
Caylee,
nothing like that.
I'm sorry. Did Caylee tell you that she spoke to Caylee while she was missing?
She did. She said that. She never told me directly, but she said it. I believe she said it to law enforcement, and she said it again to my folks. Excuse me. Later on, that it was very brief. It was like a 10 or 20-second call or something. That it was that private phone number call that, or maybe one of them. I don't know. That she would have had, but that she got a private call, and that Caylee was the other person on the line. And something real short, like, Mom, and,
When you were talking to Caylee about the MySpace communications, what did she tell you the conversation was like back and forth between her and Zenaida?
Objection to form, but go ahead and answer.
Sorry.
She said that and there was also, she also claimed that there were text message conversations as well. So this is the same answer for both.
Okay.
That it would have been more of just updating her, 20 days left, whatever, like giving her an update on this whole Timer 55 deal, as well as telling her where she needed to go for the day, to say, you need to be here at this time.
For example, where?
I'll just randomly pick some, be at Target at 3 o'clock.
Did Caylee tell you that when she would be told to do that by Zenaida that she would do it?
Oh, absolutely. She said that that's what she would do, hoping that she would be able to see her or see Caylee or something like that. But she later said that she thinks that she was being told to do that just to make so that person felt like Caylee was there. She wasn't like talking to the police, or you know what I mean. They were like surveilling her, watching her, something.
And I think I know the answer to this question. I want to ask it anyway. Why did Caylee go to these places that Zenaida was instructing her to go on MySpace or on text messages? Why did she go? Why would she go to Target?
What did she tell you?
No, she wouldn't tell. She didn't tell me why. That's not a question I would ask because it's a really easy answer for anybody with.
What is that answer?
If somebody has your child and somebody is telling you to do something, you fucking do it. You know what I mean? It's pretty easy. Like, so if that's her mindset, and I believe that was her mindset, that's what she told me it was. I mean, there's no reason to ask that question, so I never did. So,
did you ever ask her, why didn't you call the police? I mean,
this is, again, going back to she was told explicitly not to because it was being held over her head, that Caylee could be hurt, that, myself or my father or my mother, someone that she cares about could be hurt if she did.
So you never asked Caylee why she was doing what she was instructed on MySpace or text messages because you just assumed it's because she feared for her life?
Yeah, she's fallen.
Your life.
Oh, absolutely.
Casey's life, and Cindy and George's life.
Caylee's life, yeah.
And Caylee. And that is the reason you assumed that she would go, it's day 30, it's day 20,
Right, exactly.
And that's why you never asked her, why did you do this?
No. Exactly. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Did you ever try to get, when you saw there was nothing on MySpace, July 3rd going back, you saw there was nothing from Zenaida July 3rd going forward. Did you ever try to get a hold of the text messages that were going, and I'm sure you did,
yeah,
going back and forth between her and Zenaida Gonzales?
Yeah, I mean, I had her phone records for wow, probably dating back into May and June, all the way through, when she was arrested in July. And actually, I may even had him prior to that. And, there's still a lot of phone numbers to this day where I still don't know who owns the phone number.
Were you able to ever look and read any of the texts going back and forth?
No, you know what? I've never had the text content. I know the numbers that were texted, and the frequency and the time and all that stuff. I've never seen I would love to see the content. Law enforcement's never shared that with me, and I've asked.
Did you try to get the content?
Yeah, I've asked for that repeatedly. We've asked for that repeatedly, and we've never gotten it. So we've always had to get it on our own. It's terrible.
All right. The night, we're jumping all over the place so we can get you out of here.
Appreciate that.
the night that you talked to her from Jackson, when she told you she was in Jacksonville.
July 3rd, yeah.
You're at the Dragon Room. And I know my sister and my family, I can tell when did she seem to be under the influence or drinking or not herself?
Objection to the form. Go ahead and answer if you know.
No. That would not have been my impression at all, no.
Did she, to your knowledge, ever, did she drink? Did she drink alcohol?
She's a normal person. Me too. I mean, I will definitely have our booze. I think I've seen my sister physically drunk twice in her life. So if that helps to, let you know of how hard someone parties or something like that, it's nothing like you're, drinking yourself stupid or anything like that. That's nothing that anyone in my family does. That's just not our nature.
When you finally had the conversation or any conversations with Casey about Zenaida Gonzales, what all did she tell you? How did she describe Zenaida Gonzales to you?
Early 20s, 5'6", 5'7", 120 pounds, something like that. A little bit of a lighter complexion, but would get tan regularly, like would do tanning regularly. Had darker hair, typically kept it shoulder length and kind of like perm or curly. Very attractive. Even though she was 5'6", 120, 100 or so pounds, she was slender, but she was just more filled out,
When did she tell you about this? When did she describe Zenaida to you?
Actually, she described it to my folks on like a video one of the video visitations.
Mm-hmm.
That's when she kind of went, at length of what the description was.
Did you ask her if she had any children?
I'd never asked her that myself. Most of the stuff my folks or other people asked her, but she said that no, that Zenaida did not have any children.
She told you that.
Well, I know that's Casey's. She's been very consistent on that.
That's her story.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That Zenaida, she does not have any children.
Did she tell you when she would speak to Zenaida on the cell phone that she got to speak to Caylee at the same time? Would Zenaida put Caylee on the phone?
No, not to my knowledge. No, not to my knowledge at all. I don't remember anything like that.